Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tutorials of Tone. My name is Alex. Thank you so much for watching this video. Our topic for today, Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. This is a really fun tune to play, especially as a guitar player, because you get to hang out and listen to these awesome bass lines played by people like Ian Allison or your favorite bass or keyboard player on the gig. But there's some really cool tone tips that you can utilize as a guitar player within your Fractal device. Let's dive right in. First up, in our preset, we have our input block. The threshold of our gate is at negative 47.5 dB, but everything else is at stock settings. This is where I like it for my Morse Music Man guitars. And for this song, I am typically playing this guitar. Next up, we have our compressor. This is engaged only on our clean scene. Very stock settings here. The release time, as you can see, is adjusted slightly. The auto makeup gain is turned off, and the level to compensate for the compressed signal is turned up 6.5 dB. We are running into a USA Rhythm 1, a very nice, clean, pristine funk thing. Very neutral settings here. The cut and bright switches are engaged. We have nothing to speak of in the input EQ for high cut or low cut. We have this running into a pair of Mesa Boogie cabs, as usual for me, the Recto Straight with an SM7, and the Recto Traditional with a 121 rolled down 9 dB. In the preamp section, we have a 40 Hz low cut and an 8500 Hz high cut. That is the tone that we heard at the beginning, but with a fun little add-on. We have the infamous pop sweep effect, where we take a little bandpass filter assigned to an expression pedal, and we sweep from 200 to 2000 Hertz. And as we go up through the frequency range, our volume drops on the volume of that send. Our minimum, where our heel is at 10, and our toe is at 0. You can see that the auto engage is set to the off value of 95%. So when we get to our toe, these shut off, and it does mute. On our clean signal, we go from heel to toe. So we have a nice little crossfade in there to compensate for the nexus where these two signals meet, where they're coming in and out. Instead of having a little volume dip, we have a nice little compensation there of 4 dB. I initially had this with an offset start of 25 for the low frequencies that weren't cutting. I was distorting the front end of the preamp. So let's not do that. I've dialed this back down to a pretty standard curve, but with a slope of 35%. We run all of that into a medium plate reverb in parallel. Pretty stock settings, except the time is set to 0.75 seconds. Just gives you a little bit of a wash, not a big washout. We are at negative 15 dB. Now sometimes, once in a blue moon, someone is going to want a heavier tone out of your guitar for this song in particular. It's not often, but there are bands like The Covers in Minneapolis, who I have the good fortune of filling in with from time to time, that want that intro heavy, really big, and then bring the dynamic down. At the end, we get heavy again to send it out. For scene 2, we have that option dialed in. This is a 2C++, a Mesa Boogie amp, very Metallica-esque settings here. Input boost engaged, 100 Hz low cut, 8500 on the high cut. Same cab, and a very flat multi-band compressor to tame those lows and those mids that the Mesas are known for, just to keep the sound men happy when you're chugging. and I set all of the levels from 6 down to 0. One thing I changed with this pop sweep for when I hit this heavy channel, I don't want to have to worry about where my expression pedal is. I have changed on all of the modifiers that the modifier only enacts on channel A, where this auto engage lives. So for scene 2, filter, both volumes, and the boost filter switch to channel B. And you see that this only works on channel A, and I'm allowed to bypass all of these blocks so we don't have the filter sweep all of a sudden at the beginning of the tune. Our heavy tone sounds like this. Now, you could have a pop sweep on your heavy tone if you so desired. For this song, it is unnecessary, so it won't save to this, but if you want it and you want to hear it, you can have it. All you have to do is switch everything back to channel A and engage the bypassed blocks. But that's it for this preset. It's really just a clean sound with a pop sweep and a little option that you have if you need to get heavy. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, there are more videos throughout the channel with Fractal 101 tutorials of tone, gear reviews, playthroughs, etc. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time.